Hi, good day everyone. I would like to discuss to you the topic all about the introductions to agricultural entrepreneurship. So if we say agricultural entrepreneurship, ang gagawin natin ngayon is all our agriculture products or raw goods must be innovate. And at the same time, kailangan yung innovation natin na yon ay nagkakaroon ng income. Okay? So, if we define what is agriculture, agriculture is the useful raising of plants, or it is a systematic raising of plants and animals under the management of man. So we will be managing our crops and animals by integrating entrepreneurship. So kapag sinabi nating entrepreneurship, lahat ng pinoproduce natin is not a way of life lang. Kapag sinabi nating way of life, meaning ay yung ibinibigay mo lang sa kapitbahay, kaya nagtanim ka because you produce something na ibibigay sa kapitbahay. So that's not entrepreneurship. So kaya nag-e-effort ka to plant, to sow, to produce because you want to earn profit. But if ang pinag-uusapan natin kapag nagtanim ka dahil may ibibigay ka sa kapitbahay mo, it is a way of life. Okay? It is a way of life lang. Okay? And at the same time, nagpo-produce ka para lang kainin mo, that is a way of life. So if we say agricultural entrepreneurship, we produce something goods that makes profit to us. Okay? Actually, meron tayong mga ano tawag doon? May mga national certificate ang agriculture entrepreneurship. Yung tinatawag nilang Agro-Entrepreneurship NC2, NC3, and NC4. So may mga different levels. Siguro may mga nagpa-NC2 na dito about sa agro-entrepreneurship. Pero kung wala pa, so be it. Kasi very interesting ang subject or kaya ang area na to or competency na ito. Okay? So, what is entrepreneurship? So, ano ba ang entrepreneurship? Actually, entrepreneurship is the process of identifying the opportunities, organizing resources. Okay, so ino-organize natin yung mga resources natin and we take a risk. Okay, so in entrepreneurship, dapat ang mindset natin ay magkaroon ng profit. But on that profit, before magkaroon ng profit, ay you need to take a risk. Okay? So, walang kasiguraduhan dyan. So, susugal ka. Okay? So, taking a risk and creating a value by starting or creating value by starting or improving a business or enterprises. So if we say entrepreneurship, it is a process. So kapag sinabi nating a process, meaning step by step yung pagkandak natin on that particular product before mo siya ibenta at magkaroon ng income. But before ka magkaroon ng income, kailangan ang mindset natin dito is magkaroon dapat tayo ng opportunity sa lahat ng mga product na meron sa atin. Okay? So, identifying that opportunities. Paano tayo mag-identify ng opportunities? So, kailangan ay mag-market survey tayo. So, bago tayo mag-produce ng ating mga product, bago tayo mag-create or mag-innovate ng bagong product, number one na gawin natin is find or identify opportunities. How can we identify opportunities? By conducting a market survey. Okay, so magma-market survey tayo. And then, after ng market survey, so kailangan ay meron kang mga organizing resources. Okay, so dapat available yung mga resources natin. Example, sana pumunta ka sa market at nagmahal ang product na sili. 500 pesos per kilo na ang sili. So, what should be your plan para ma-fulfill mo yung pangangailangan ng market? Kasi nga, bilang isang agriculture, we are the backbone of our economy. So kapag sinabi nating backbone of the economy, we provide, tayo ang inaasahan. Okay? So we provide the basic necessities of our country. So tayo ang inaasahan ng mga tao para makapag-produce ng pagkain. 'Di ba? Example sana, anong kakainin ni attorney? Kung nagtatrabaho siya, anong kakainin ni teacher? Anong kakainin ni IT? Anong kakainin ni engineer? Anong kakainin ni doctor? Kung walang agriculture. Kaya nga ang agriculture, 7 times natin kailangan a day. Yan, 7 times. Bakit 7 times? Kasi nga, kapag Pilipino ang pinag-uusapan, masyadong matakaw sa pagkain yan. Example sana, nag-breakfast ka, tapos nagmerienda ka pa. Agriculture ang kailangan mo diyan. 'Di ba? Kapag nagkasakit ka, doktor. 'Di ba? So, occasional lang na kailangan mo si doktor. Pero kapag pinag-uusapan natin pagkain, ayan. So, may breakfast, may merienda, nag-lunch ka pa. After ng lunch, nagmerienda ka pa. May dinner ka pa. May snack ka pa kahabang nanonood or nagsi-cellphone. Tapos may midnight snack ka pa. So, 7 times. So, lahat ng mga kinakain natin made by agriculture. So, kailangan ang purpose kasi ng entrepreneur is i-fulfill yung lackings or yung wala doon sa market. Pero dapat may innovation na tinatawag. So kapag sinabi nating innovation, it means merong unique doon sa ipoproduce mong product. So kapag sinabi nating entrepreneurship, you need to transform that product into something useful. Okay? Example sana, sa mga farmers natin, actually they are also entrepreneur. 'Di ba? Example sana, yung seeds na binili nila, transform nila into plant and then nakapag-produce sila ng mas madaming mga goods on that particular seeds or yeah, seeds or seedlings, it means you are entrepreneur. If may if tayo ano, if yung product na yon ay ibibenta. Okay? Yung product na yun ay ibebenta. Pero kapag hindi mo binenta, it means ay a way of life lang ng farmers natin. Okay? So, ang ating entrepreneur, it involves innovations. Okay? It involves innovations, problem solving, and willingness to take calculated risks. So dapat alam mong mag-calculate ng risk. Dapat before ka mag-produce ng goods mo, before ka mag-create ng goods mo into a something valuable, kailangan alam mo na yung SWOT analysis, yung kanyang strength, ano yung kanyang weakness, opportunities, and threats. Example sana, nakita mo na walang product ng sili doon sa market. Okay? So kapag nakita mong walang product na sili at very in demand ang sili sa market, ano ang gagawin natin? So, kailangan nating i-fulfill yung pangangailangan ng market natin kasi tayo yung inaasahan as entrepreneur. Example sana, sili yung wala doon. So, magtatanim ka ng sili. So, magpo-produce ka ng sili. At ang mindset natin or dapat sa pagpo-produce natin ng sili, alam dapat natin yung weakness, threats, and then the strength. So, ang strength natin dito is high yield yung sili natin. So, mataas yung production ng sili. So, kapag mataas ang production ng sili, madami tayo na produce. Ano lang ang mga weakness natin dito? Siguro ang weakness lang natin dito ay yung internal, okay? Kapag sinabi kasi nating weakness, meaning internal problems. So, kapag walang budget, anong gagawin? Uutang ka ba or hindi? So, that's weakness. So, kung wala kang pondo, anong gagawin mo? And then kapag mga threats naman, this is external problems gaya ng unexpected. Ito yung mga mahirap solusyonan, pero dapat may intervention ka. Pero kapag weakness naman, this part of SWOT analysis ay a problem wherein kaya mong solusyonan. Bago dumating yung problem na yon or kapag nandun na yung problem, there should be a solutions. While yung ating threats gaya ng bagyo, yan, hindi natin maiwasan kapag may bagyo, may drought, anong gagawin mo? Okay, so before you plant a sili, kailangan alam mo yung strength and weaknesses and also the SWOT analysis of the project. And then, example sana, paano naman kaya kapag yung product natin na sili ay bulk yung na-produce natin or na-harvest natin? Sobrang dami. Ngayon, naisabay sa market na sobrang dami din. Ano ang gagawin mo? Gaya sa Benguet, 'di ba, yung mga kamatis nila, yung mga patatas nila, sobrang naaawa tayo sa mga farmers. Kasi nga, once na nagkaroon na ng harvesting at sabay-sabay silang nag-harvest, bumababa yung price ng product sa market. Ganon din sa sili. Yes, ngayon nag-market survey tayo. Nung nag-market survey tayo at nalaman natin na kulang sa ganitong product, should we do? Okay, ano ang gagawin natin? So, ang gagawin natin siguro ay kailangan magkaroon na ng innovations. Doon na pumapasok yung novel. Okay? So, kailangan magkaroon na ng uniqueness yung product natin. So, kapag raw goods yung sili natin, why not na gawin nating chili oil? Why not na gawin nating chili paste? 'Di ba? So, kailangan mag-transform ka. So, diyan na pumapasok yung risk taker or risk taking and organizing the resources. Example sana sa organizing ng resources, may raw materials ka, syempre magbebenta ka sa market, may raw materials. Yung raw materials na yon, expect na karamihan doon hindi mabibenta. At kapag hindi nabenta, anong gagawin mo? Kasi kailangan magkaroon ka ng profit. Kailangan mai-save mo yung product mo na hindi pwedeng break even lang. Basta magkaroon dapat ng pagtaas ng profit or mataas na profit. So, doon na pumapasok yung uniqueness natin, yung novel. Kaya dapat pag mag-produce tayo ng product, dapat kilala mo yung product. Okay? Kilala mo yung product, paano ito transform, or dapat may planning ka na. Okay? Hindi yung habang nagpo-produce ka, chill ka lang. Pero dapat gumagana yung utak natin na ano yung dapat kong gawin upang sa ganun, mas makapag-create ako ng unique product once na bumaba yung price ng market. Kasi ang ina-achieve ng isang entrepreneur is a higher income. So, if we say entrepreneurship, this is an act of creating and managing a business by taking a risk. Okay? So, nagmamanage ka ng business by taking a risk in order to make a profit. Di ba? So, in order to make a profit and generate a value for the society. So, doon mahalaga yung market survey. So, napaka-importante na i-consider natin yung pangangailangan ng market at pangangailangan din ng society natin. So, we need to fulfill that through conduct of market survey. So, magma-market survey tayo later on. Ano? So, that is one or that is our laboratory number 2. Okay? So, an entrepreneur, so anong ibig sabihin naman kapag sinabi nating entrepreneur? So, kapag sinabi nating entrepreneur, this is a person. Okay? So, this is a person who conduct that activity. Okay? So, siya yung nag-i-establish, who establishes, organizing, and managing the business or enterprise while assuming the financial and business risk involved. Okay? So, kapag sinabi nating entrepreneur, it means siya yung nagkakandak. Siya yung person who conduct that activity in the process of entrepreneurship. Okay? So, example sana, ng mga entrepreneur ay tayo bilang isang farmer. Okay? Ang tanong ko sa inyo, is a farmer is entrepreneur? Yes, they are entrepreneur. Pero depende yan. So a farmer can be an entrepreneur, but not every farmer is an entrepreneurial farmer. So, hindi lahat ng farmer daw is entrepreneurial farmer. Kasi meron tayong dalawang klase ng farmer. We have traditional and entrepreneurial farmer. So, kapag sinabi nating traditional farmer, ito yung nagpo-produce ng crops, mainly for subsistence or local selling. Okay? Subsistence. Okay? So, kapag sinabi nating traditional farmer, one of their characteristic din, plants the same crops every season. Yan. Every season. Example sana, kung rice lang, rice. Okay? So, traditional farmer ang tawag doon. So, kapag traditional farmer, sell to middlemen. They sell to middlemen without considering market demand. So, hindi nila kino-consider yung market, basta produce lang sila ng produce. Gaya sa mga farmers natin nowadays, traditional farmer yung mga yan. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating traditional farmer, kung ano yung itinatanim ngayon, ganun na. Every cropping season, traditional farmer. And then, has a little innovations. Konti lang yung kanyang innovations. And then, focus mainly on productions. So, nagfo-focus lang siya on the productions. So, kapag nag-produce siya ng rice, hanggang doon lang. And then, ibibenta niya as raw goods. Rice then, seeds. Rice seeds lang. Okay? So, they are so-called a traditional farmer. Okay? So, ulitin natin ha. Kapag traditional farmer, kung ano yung itinatanim niya in every cropping season, the same pa rin yun, that is so-called traditional farmer. And then, they sell in the middlemen without considering the market demand. So, nagbibenta sila sa middlemen kahit hindi nila kino-consider yung market demand. And then, meron silang little innovations and focus mainly in productions. So, nagfo-focus lang sila sa productions. So, ang entrepreneurial farmer naman, especially sa atin ngayon, mga young farmer na nandito ngayon, so, number one, you studied market demand before planting. So, bago ka magtanim, kailangan mong i-study yung market. Ano ba yung kulang sa market? Hindi yung meron kang lupa, intended lang for rice. For every cropping season, baguhin na natin yung mindset na yan. Kapag may rice field ka, what should be the other crops na pwedeng itanim doon based on the market demand before planting. Yan. So, kailangan alam natin. And kailangan marunong din tayong mag-choose ng profitable crops. Okay? Add value. So, nag-add tayo ng value through processing or packaging. Yan. So, nagpa-process tayo ng mga goods, 'di ba? And then, develops a brand. So, nagde-develop siya ng brand. So, meron siyang brand doon sa kanyang product. And markets product directly to the consumer. So, dapat yung mga product natin must be direct to the consumers. And uses new technologies. So, it uses a new technologies naman. Okay? So, lahat ng mga yan is a part of entrepreneurial. So, being an entrepreneur, this subject ay ipe-perform natin lahat yan. Okay? Mag-perform tayo, especially number one is market survey, and then ire-report natin sa class later on kung ano yung naging findings ninyo sa market survey natin. Okay? So, that is for the entrepreneur. So if we say entrepreneurship again, it begins with perceiving an opportunity, gathering capital, and establishing a business. Okay? So, yan. And actually, kapag entrepreneur ka pa, you expand and diversify the business. Kapag sinabi nating expand, dapat lumalawak and dapat iba-iba yung product mo. Example sana, kung sili lang ang product mo, kasi yun yung naging findings mo sa market. So kapag sili, ano mangyayari kapag bulk yung or bumaba yung price ng sili sa market? What will you do? So you need to expand something wherein i-diversified mo magkakaiba dapat yung product mo. So, meron kang mga chili oil, ibang flavors, and etc. So, all that is entrepreneur. So, dapat maging entrepreneurial mindset tayo, ano? So, every entrepreneurial farmer is a farmer. But not every farmer is an entrepreneur. Okay? So, based on, sabi nga, ang tanong ko kanina, is entrepreneur? Is a farmer an entrepreneur? Not always. Okay? Not always. Every entrepreneurial farmer is a farmer. Okay? But not every farmer is an entrepreneur. Okay? Basta meron yung criteria na yon, kapag being an entrepreneur, dapat meron yung criteria na yon. Nag-i-study ka ng market, you choose profitable crops, you add value adding sa mga processing and packaging products mo, and then nakakapag-develop ka ng brand, 'di ba? So doon na pumapasok, kaya nga sa atin bilang isang entrepreneur, merong anong tawag doon? Merong program ang Department of Agriculture, yun yung Young Farmer Challenge or YFC, wherein tinuturuan yung mga young farmers natin na kagaya ninyo ng mga kabataan na pinopondohan ng 80,000. Basta mag-propose ka lang, magbigay ka ng proposal, and then you present. At kapag nanalo ka doon, mabibigyan ka ng 80,000 na grant. Okay? At kailan nagiging entrepreneur ang mga farmers natin? Nagiging entrepreneur yung mga farmers natin when farming is managed as a business. So, a farmer becomes an entrepreneur when farming is managed as a business. So, kapag minamanage mo yung farm mo sustainably, that is a business wherein you are considered as entrepreneur. So rather than merely as means of production. So hindi lang siya production. Kaya nga yung farm plan natin, kailangan lalabas diyan sa farm plan natin na you are entrepreneur. Okay? Hindi lang for production lang. Okay? So, yun, yung ibig sabihin. Example sana, yung mga fresh tomato, gagawin mo siyang tomato ketchup. Yung mga mango, gagawin mong dried mangoes. Yung mga milk, gagawin mong cheese or yogurt. So, you are entrepreneur. Pag ganun yung performance mo, pag ganun yung activity mo, you are so-called entrepreneur. And then, example sana, another one is kapag magde-develop tayo ng brand, yan, magde-develop tayo ng brand, instead of selling rice, the farmer sells Kakal Premium Organic Rice. Di ba? So, gagawan mo ng brand. Example sana, hindi lang sa brand mo, ilalagay mo na rice. Rice lang. Example sana, magbibenta ka ng rice. Iba-brand mo yung pangalan ng yung pangalan ng product mo. Example sana ng pangalan ng product mo ay Kakal Premium Organic Rice. Di ba? Kakal Premium Organic Rice. And then magbenta ka. Madami na tayong mga way on how to sell product. Gaya ng social media. Sa Shopee, sa Facebook, sa TikTok, sa mga farmers markets, supermarkets. Yan. So, lahat ng mga yan is pwede nating itap for our market. Kaya, free na tayo mag-produce ngayon. Kasi very easy na lang kung saan tayo pwedeng magbenta. Okay? Kung saan pwede tayong magbenta. So, that's entrepreneur. In agriculture, entrepreneurship means using financial knowledge and innovative ideas to create profitable enterprise. Di ba? So, kapag sinabi nating entrepreneurship in agriculture, dapat meron tayong financial knowledge and innovative ideas. Okay. So, anong ibig sabihin ng financial knowledge? So, if we say financial knowledge, dapat financial literacy tayo or literate tayo. Okay? So, financial literate dapat tayo. Alam nating mag-budget, alam natin kung gaano kahalaga yung pera na hawak natin, on how to manage that money. Alam mong mag-save, alam mong mag-borrow ng pera. So, that's financial knowledge. So, entrepreneur ang tawag doon. And innovative ideas. So, dapat meron kang innovations to create a profitable enterprise. Sa agriculture yon. Okay? So, in the agriculture sector. So, any question? So, kapag may mga questions kayo, pwede kayong mag-chat. Ano? So, if we say financial knowledge, you can borrow and then meron kang knowledge on how to manage that money. Hindi yung kung meron ka ng pera, ay ibinibili mo na sa mga unnecessary or kaya not important na mga product. Ano? Na dapat ay gagamitin lang natin sa ating ah, project or enterprise. So, ang tawag doon sa product na pinoproduce mo or the project na nagkakaroon ka ng production is enterprise. Okay? So, if we say financial knowledge, dapat financial literate tayo. Hindi tayo dapat gastador. Na kapag may 50,000 na tayo, agad-agad bumibili tayo ng mga iPhones, ng mga cellphones, ng mga laptop na pangangailangan natin. Kailangan bagong-bago lahat ang mga outfit natin. You are not entrepreneur kapag ganon. Na after ka makapag-produce ng goods, ibinili mo na sa kung saan-saan. Rather than, kailangan mag-save tayo and at the same time, ay mag-plan na tayo for our next step once na nakapag-earn tayo ng income sa ating first na produce na product. Okay? So, that is entrepreneurship. So, ang entrepreneurship, nagiging risk taker din sila. Wala silang, anong tawag doon, hindi nila, even though mangyari itong bagay na ito, kailangan i-take pa rin nila ng risk. Kasi, at the end of the day, magbe-benefit pa rin sila. Kaya nga kung hindi ka risk taker, hindi ka entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur, kailangan maging risk taker tayo and innovative yung ideas natin para makapag-create ng income. Okay? Yun lang. So thank you so much and next topic natin is i-discuss natin yung why become an entrepreneur. So thank you guys and God bless sa ating lahat.